I am Shelia Rogers-Webster, the Manager of Corporate Affairs at the Anguilla Tourist Board. The Anguilla Tourist Board is very excited to launch something new and something special. We've been working very hard over the past year to a year and a half to ensure that Anguilla remains top of the mind in every way possible. The Anguilla Tourist Board realizes that Anguilla cannot be everything to everyone. So what we've done is we've zeroed in on the Anguilla experience that makes Anguilla extra special and, of course, beyond extraordinary. What we will be focusing on moving forward is the overall destination experience. Our destination experience consists of our 3 accommodation sectors. Those are our charming escapes / mid-market properties, our villas, and our resorts. We will also focus on our 5 pillars: the romance, culinary, events and culture, health and wellness, and adventure. We're extremely excited about our 5 pillars because we know that using these 5 pillars, we can really position Anguilla as having something special. Today, the pillar that we're focusing on is our culinary feature. Again, it's something very brand new, very exciting. It's the first time we're rolling it out. Jamil Rochester, the Assistant Manager, Destination Experience, who's with me here this morning, has been taking the lead on this particular initiative in the Destination Experience Division. Again, like we said, it's the first time we're doing it. We're very, very excited. We have a number of amazing partners on board that Jamil is going to talk about a bit more in detail. And this initiative isn't something that's special just for our guests or tourists. We're really hoping that our locals will take the opportunity to engage, to promote Extraordinary Eats. That's the name of the initiative. It's something that's special for everyone. So without further ado, I will invite Mr. Jamil Rochester to tell us a little bit about Extraordinary Eats. And before Jamil comes in, I just want to say the pillars and the accommodation sectors that we mentioned earlier, what the Anguilla Tourist Board is going to be doing, we're going to be focusing all of our sales calls, our events, our fam trips, our digital marketing and advertising and public relations will focus on these pillars and these accommodation sectors. So everything is going to be very, very focused. So we expect to really have a lot of added success and added value. Jamil?
So good morning, everyone. I want to thank everyone for coming today for our Beyond Extraordinary launch of Extraordinary Eats. So this year we're going to be having Extraordinary Eats from April 14th to the 28th. What we want to do is encourage the culinary aspects of the destination. This event, well, Extraordinary Eats will be a fourfold festivity, our fourfold event, where we will be starting by launching prefix menus throughout the different restaurants and accommodations on island from the 14th to the 28th. The Anguilla Tourist Board is excited to have a variety of our different partners on board, and our partners would include the Four Seasons Resort and Residences Anguilla, Quintessence Hotel, Malihana and Abaj Resort Collection, Anguilla Great House, and Paradise Cove. We will also have The Place, Flavors, Blanchard's, Ocean Echo, Sharpies, Tasties, Davida's, Bayside Grill and Davida's Restaurant, Janol Prickly Pear, Palm Grove, Santa Island, Prickly Pear Beach Bar and Restaurant, Garvey's Sunshine Shack, Coconos, Good Karma, Chow Cafe, and Ferryboat Inn. Over the 2-week period from the 14th to the 28th, we'll be focusing on prefix menus for both lunch and dinner. Lunch will be a 2-course menu at a price point of $35, and dinner will be a 3-course menu at a price point of $65. So all our partners who are on board with Extraordinary Eats will have this promotion running for lunch, if they're open for lunch, and dinner, or both, offering an across-the-board rate of either $35 for lunch or $65 for dinner for all guests. We will also be highlighting one of our biggest festivals on island, the Festival Del Mar, which is the annual celebration of all things from the sea. This will be on the Easter weekend from the 20th to the 21st of this year. The Festival Del Mar festivities is one of the most biggest festivals when it comes to culinary and promoting food of the sea. Anguilla Tourist Board will continue to be a partner with the Festival Del Mar committee on how we can continue to promote and expand on these experiences both locally for our locals and international visitors. In addition to the Extraordinary Eats, we will also be working on a bar, a pub crawl with one of our local vendors, and that will be surrounded around an event we will call the Taste of the Strip. With the Taste of the Strip, we would incorporate all our local vendors on the strip area to have different offerings that would appeal to guests and have them come and taste the authentic Anguillan culinary experiences that we can offer on the strip. For this event, we are planning on having entertainment, live entertainment. We would have a setup where they will be doing a sampler. With the sampler, they would encourage our visitors, residents, to come along and sample something from every bar on the strip. Hopefully, we can have it a very vibrant and festive atmosphere, which will encourage people and promote the strip a little more to show that we can offer the best of everything when it comes to culinary on Anguilla as a destination. From there, we'll be moving to the Extraordinary Eats Anguilla Chef Extraordinary event, which will be on Saturday, April 27th. With this event, we'll be working with the Anguilla culinary team to host a major fundraising event that will help them to promote their activities throughout the rest of the year and attend different activities overseas to promote the destination. We will also be having international chefs who are Anguillan international chefs. We call them our Anguillan celebrity chefs. We'll be having Tima Daniels. We'll be having
Karth Gums and Teresa Reed.
They all will be part of this Anguilla Chef Extraordinaire and how we can do a big culinary event. It will be a nice formal event. We will be doing it by tickets, and we hope to have it at the Cuisinart Ballroom on Cuisinart. So we'll be pushing very hard to see how we can get our local talents involved, both our local chefs and international Anguillan chefs to play a role. Throughout that week, we will also be having a series of activities, starting with school talks. So we'd have our chef come by the different schools, speak to our students, and show them the importance of tourism and hospitality to the Anguillan economy and industry, and how they can play a role not only locally, but there are also career opportunities internationally that they can take up on if they choose to go within the culinary arena. We'll also be having press releases, radio releases with these chefs. They'll be going on to the different radios and speaking to the general public on the initiative and how we can further promote it. And hopefully we'll be able to throw off our formal event that can have our local Anguillans interact with the international chefs and ask questions and just make it a more formal and interactive kind of event.
It's also important to note as well that the event is a fundraiser for Anguilla's local culinary team. So I think that's also important for us to note, and it will be a collaborative effort. Jamil mentioned about 4 major activities that will take place throughout this 2-week period. We're very, very excited and we're very grateful for our partners coming on board. He mentioned the prefix menus. The 2-course lunches for $35 and the 3-course dinners for $65. We just want to also indicate that even though they're having these prefix menus, the partners will also have their regular menus available. This will be something, just an additional opportunity for persons to come out and enjoy the cuisine. And a lot of the things that are going to be offered on the The prefix specials are existing things that are on their menus. So you might have really wanted to go and enjoy one of the restaurants that are on the list. This would be a perfect opportunity for you to do so. We're encouraging locals to, at least dine out 3 or 4 times during the period to really, experience different aspects of Anguilla's culinary offerings. And of course, we are not going to limit this event to this year. This event we hope to have on an annual basis. It's the first of this kind here in Anguilla. We're very excited, along with our partners, for the support and the participation that they've had thus far. So we're very anxious and really anticipating an amazing time to celebrate the culinary offerings in Anguilla. Whenever we have fam trips on the island, one of the things that journalists, tour operators, travel agents always say to us is that they never have a bad meal in Anguilla. And the experience is so diverse and so far-reaching. So we really think that positioning Anguilla as a strong culinary destination is very much overdue, and the Anguilla Tourist Board is very happy to be organizing an event of this nature. And of course, other partners out there who want to take part in the initiative or the event, it's not too late. We're very excited, and we asked you to make contact with the Assistant Manager for Destination Experience, Jamil Rochester. We're very excited, and we think it's going to be an amazing time. And as you guys noted, we have a real plethora and diverse combination of partners on board with us. We've also made our way to the Strip, because that too has become a very important aspect of the culinary experience on Anguilla, so we're leaving no one out. And of course, Festival Del Mar, an amazing opportunity, and Seafood Festival. So everything is culminating together very beautifully during that period of time. At this time, I would like to allow members of the press to ask any specific questions if things were not covered here.
Can I just
Mr.
ask
Hodge?
a question, because I missed some of the question. What would you say is the whole first proceed bit?
Absolutely, Mr. Hodge, thank you. So as you mentioned, Mr. Hodge, in the beginning, when we started, one of the things that the Anguilla Tourist Board wants to do is we want to really push the overall destination experience, because really Anguilla is equal to so much more than just our accommodations. So in addition to our luxury resorts, which you hear about all the time, we really want to push the overall experience and really remind persons that you can experience and enjoy Anguilla at many different price points. So one of the things that we're focusing on is our 5 pillars. Our pillars are romance, culinary, events and culture, health and wellness, and adventure. So for the culinary aspect, one of the things that we've designed is Extraordinary Eats. So it's an activity where we're really going to be positioning Anguilla as a strong culinary destination, and in doing so, we have created a 2-week celebration of Anguillian food, culture, and culinary arts. And so we're offering the prefix menus at a number of partner restaurants for lunch and dinner. We're also offering a taste of the Strip, which is an evening event with entertainment as well. We're also offering pub crawls with lively tours, one of our partners, and we're doing a very big event with local chefs who are doing very well internationally, along with the culinary team, and it is a fundraising event for the culinary team.
Can you just excuse me for a while, because I have to
Sure.
go to this paper. Yesterday I had an interview with a professional surfer, and you mentioned that you are going to, that one of the 5 pillars is going to be an adventure. Is that part of it?
Of course, and Jamil can tell you a little bit more about that. As a matter of fact, one of our on-island villa partners is actually the person that brought in that surfer. And what the Anguilla Tourist Board did is partner with them to help to organize an on-island tour for the surfer. So Jamil, you can talk a little bit more about that and let them know who the on-island partner was.
So Mr. and Mrs. Polak from Almond Tree Villa, Sarin Seafeathers, would have brought in this celebrity surfer. He's a professional surfer by the name of Mr. Ben Gravy. If you look at his social media accounts, he have over 50,000 followers. He's very known in the surfing industry for not only have been a surfer, but he have products under the Ben Gravy brand, which would include surfboards, rash guards, surf uniform and clothing, and different pieces and trinkets. So he came on island from Sunday and he departed yesterday. What he was doing is promoting surfing around the destination and riding the different waves, which he would call it, in terms of he see not only big waves, but he find surfing opportunities in small waves. So he would go to different coastal areas. We went over to Windward Point, Little Harbor, we went to the western side of the island, and the Anguilla Tourist Board facilitated a day tour on Monday, which we showed him the different areas of our tourism product and different points of interest, which he can promote on his social media platforms for guests to get further awareness of the Anguilla destination and what we have to offer. Even when reviewing his YouTube page, because he also do vlogs, you would see that he have such a high response rate from a lot of different professional surfers and amateur surfers within the industry. We have partners locally who offer services, you can say surfing opportunities to the different points. We know that we don't have those large waves within the coastal area of Anguilla, but they will take you out to some of the outer skirts of the destination, which you would have surf-like waves. We would like to thank Mr. and Mrs. Polak for the opportunity to have the Anguilla Tourist Board host Mr. Ben Gravy while he was on island, and we hope that we can continue to build on these unique experiences that promote and show Anguilla in a different light, that we have so much to offer at a destination, and there is a lot of things to do when you come to Anguilla.
Okay, just one more question, because I read that part. So you will check out the story in today's paper. You mentioned the script. Are you going to do something there to improve the appearance of the script? Because sometimes it looks really not better.
We're going to definitely work with the strip partners to see how we can enhance the area, not just for that period of time, but so that it remains consistently uplifted. So we will work with our strip partners to do the same.
I noticed that you...
Thank you very much.
I commend the Anguilla Tourist Board for its efforts in promoting Anguilla. You mentioned 4 or 5 different areas. And we get to talk about Extraordinary Eats. We give a lot of information about the surfer, which to my mind is good information. But if you're not going to tell us another 4 or 5 areas, I mean, not that I really wanted, because it's focusing on the eats.
Well, I will say, Mr. Johnson, this press launch in particular is for Extraordinary Eats. The Anguilla Tourist Board has talked about our 5 pillars in a number of different areas in the past, and will continue to do so. And as a matter of fact, we have something planned for all of the areas. So like I said, the fam trips that are coming in, that's an example of a fam trip. That was a partner related fam trip that Mr. Hodge spoke about.
Yeah, I didn't want to get taken away with the suffering in the fam trips when we're looking at Extraordinary Eats. What yardstick was the Anguilla Tourist Board given itself or have to determine the success of, well, let's look at Extraordinary Eats?
Well, first of all, because we have so many partners involved in Extraordinary Eats, the Anguilla Tourist Board has to work very, very closely with our partners for them to help us to measure the success of something like this. As we said, it's the first time, and the time of the year that it's happening is not necessarily set in stone either. When we first initially talked to a number of our different partners, some of our partners would have expressed a desire to have it at different periods of time. So for us, this is just an opportunity. This is just a sort of a dry run, an opportunity for us to see, you know, if this event really has this sort of pull for our guests, but also for our locals. We really want it to be, you know, a really, really good mix. Something like this, you can liken to things like Restaurant Week in a lot of different countries, destinations and islands. Anguilla has not been able to get a Restaurant Week off the ground. So this is definitely something that's in that arena. So we'll be working very, very closely with our partners to gauge their feedback. I know Jamil is going to be creating a feedback form for our particular partners to really see if it drums up, you know, significant engagement for the activities.
And two other questions I have to ask is, we have seen all of the partners for Extraordinary Eats, one or two should have been here, could have been here. Is this going to be an annual affair?
Yes, it is going to be an annual affair. And as I mentioned, we are kind of playing with the time or the period of time. I think it matches very, very nicely with one of our premier food festivals, which is Festival Del Mar, which is one of the reasons why the Anguilla Tourist Board would have chosen this period of time for the year as well. But we do intend for it to be an annual activity. And for the Anguilla Tourist Board, it's not such a heavy activity because it has lots of partner involvement. You know, it's spread across different, so we will do a lot of the promotion and the engagement, but really in terms of the heavy lifting, the only heavy lifting that we're going to be doing will be the event for the culinary team, with the culinary team and the chefs. But for the most part, a lot of the work is going to be, you know, on the partners and stuff like that. And we try to as well to not put too much pressure on our partners. So a lot of our partners, again, as we mentioned, are using things from their existing menus. And persons who travel, who've experienced restaurant weeks in other countries would know that this is definitely something that, you know, is very exciting and bodes well for a destination.
When is Festival Del Mar?
Festival Del Mar is Easter weekend, which is
April 20th and 21st.
Right.
So it comes before this?
It's during.
During?
It's during the period. It's a 2-week period. So it's from the 14th to the 28th. So Festival Del Mar is right in the middle.
So it brings me to a very important question. The organizers of Festival Del Mar, you don't see overlapping here, no competition?
No, absolutely not, because we are.
I mean, Festival Del Mar is going to be allowed.
Festival Del Mar for us is a part of Extraordinary Eats. We are actually encouraging persons to attend Festival Del Mar even more than ever before. And the Anguilla Tourist Board for a number of years, and we continue on to be a major sponsor for Festival Del Mar. So Festival Del Mar is a major component of Beyond Extraordinary Eats. You have an entire 2-week period to explore all of the different options that are available. So we're definitely not competing with Festival Del Mar.
And just on Festival Del Mar, an online question is, would you place a price control on Festival Del Mar?
I think I've heard this question a number of times before. The Anguilla Tourist Board is not responsible for Festival Del Mar. We're not the organizing committee of Festival Del Mar. I think that would be a combination between the Festival Del Mar organizing committee and the Department of Government that's responsible for festivals.
There's a suggestion in reference to this event. Should also keep our national candies alive as well, sugar cakes, peppermint, cochineals, guava cheese, peanut, brittle, fudges, etc. on an annual basis in collaboration with Extraordinary Eats. That's a suggestion.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question back here. I think this is really wonderful because everything that I read, or most of what I read internationally about Anguilla, always talks about the food. So this really incorporates one of the, or highlights one of the aspects that Anguilla gets a lot of praise for. The pub crawl, I was busily writing dates. Did you have a date for that? And can you flesh that out a little bit more if you have those details available right now?
Well, currently, Lively Island Tours offer a pub crawl, which is open to anyone to try at any time. More specifically, they work with the cruise industry, and they offer that as a package or experience for the guests that will come off the boat for that day. So throughout the period, once any guest requested, but we're going to do some more. We're going to do a lot of promoting with the partner to see how we can get it out to all the different resorts and to appeal to the interest of the guests. And once they are willing to do it on any day, then the Lively Island Tours will be able to facilitate the tours and offer the pub crawls once the different pubs are open. Because for Extraordinary Eats, we want most of our partners to conduct business as usual. So they still will observe their opening and closing dates and those different things towards their restaurant. So we will just continue to walk along with that, and we will work with the partner to offer dates and packages so they can we can see the available times for the pub crawl.
This is just a bit on a question coming from Mr. Hodge earlier in terms of adventure. He mentioned the surfer, and it's quite unique, maybe new for some persons in here, that we actually can surf in Anguilla because we are not known to have such high waves. But I'm just wondering, what areas are we really highlighting when we talk about adventure? Because I know for most persons, there are not many things to do in Anguilla as it relates to adventure. So I'm just wondering, are we going to expand our amenities? I know people wanted to see jet skiing in Anguilla, but there's a ban on that. Are there any plans, for instance, to expand in that area?
Well, I beg to differ, Felicia, in terms of Anguilla not having enough adventure. I think adventure is very open to interpretation because I think we have a number of adventure offerings. We have ATV tours and rides across the island. We have surfing, as Jamil mentioned. We have a number of cave excursions across the island. We also have some really nice diving offerings of wrecks and different things along those lines. And for me, diving is definitely, I would consider an adventure. And we have a number of divers on the island who offer really unique diving experiences on the island. So I do think that Anguilla has a number of adventure opportunities on the island. For somebody that's coming for, let's say, a 5 or 7 day period, there's more than enough things that they can do while they're on island, really to experience the destination. I think what the Anguilla Tourist Board has realized is that for a very long time, we've not, as a destination, been doing enough to really promote the offerings that exist, and persons who have really good offerings are not engaged in enough marketing and promotion of those services. But more and more people are finding out about a lot of the gems that exist on Anguilla, and if we have really the right partnership collaborations, I think we can grow what we have. But of course, the Anguilla Tourist Board is always encouraging young entrepreneurs to do even more in terms of, offering unique experiences on the island. With regard to jet skis, the law on jet skis has not changed as yet, and until that time happens, we will not have jet skis on Anguilla.
But it brings me to another point, for fear that you will tell me that you told Felicia. But the fact is, isn't it the Tourist Board guilty in all these different areas locally? Isn't the Tourist Board guilty of not only promoting these things overseas instead
of only promoting them overseas?
Yeah.
Of course, I will agree with you in terms of the fact that over the years, the Anguilla Tourist Board has not done enough local public relations and PR, and I think more and more we're doing more of that. I think people can agree that, we're having more press conferences, we're sending out more information locally, we're trying to engage as much as possible. And I would like to remind persons that the Anguilla Tourist Board has recently restructured, so we too are growing, we too are developing, but I do agree with you, Mr. Richardson, in that, oftentimes we do so much work overseas, but we sometimes forget that, it's very, very important to sell these activities and initiatives locally, and we're trying as much as we can to do a lot more of that as well.
Just to explain on that, in terms of marketing overseas, I know, I think Mr. Connor said sometime ago that we are hoping to raise our numbers up by 20% or something within the next 5 years or so. I'm just wondering, what is the Tourist Board doing in that regard?
Well, the Tourist Board is doing quite a bit. We have ramped up all of our activities overseas considerably. We've been doing a lot more digital and social media and targeted marketing than ever before. We've revamped all our social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. We also have a number of Google ads that we are now running, targeted Google ads that focus on the different pillars, the different experiences across the island. Our fam trips have now become very targeted. We're covering all of the different pillars. We're not just focusing on luxury travel. We're ensuring that we bring travel agents and bring persons from overseas that can sell the charming escape properties, that can sell the villa properties, but also sell the resort properties. And of course, we're having events and initiatives like these so that we can really drum up good, strong press overseas so that we can get those numbers up. We're also working, of course, to increase airlift to the island. That's something that's been happening for quite some time now. And I just want to remind persons that getting airlift into a country is not a very easy thing. You know, it's a very long process. Sometimes it takes years to get a particular partner, airlift partner, to come in. And that's because at the end of the day, airline partners want to ensure that the routes that they run are very profitable routes. So it takes a lot of negotiating and working with persons to do that. The Anguilla Tourist Board, like I said before, we've really tried to reposition the destination. We've launched the Beyond Extraordinary campaign, and this really is a campaign that focuses on positioning Anguilla as a place where you can really find experiences that are like no other, where you can interact with people that are truly beyond extraordinary, love their tourism product, and are very, very willing to share that product. So we've been doing quite a lot of work, Felicia, even in terms of our sales calls. Anguilla is back out on the road more than we've ever been before with our sales calls and activities and events overseas. For a number of years, we were not out on the road. And we're back out on the road now. We did our first set of road shows in Europe last year around the period of May, and we went to a number of different cities in Italy, Switzerland, the UK. We also did Germany. So we're very, very actively engaged and out there and really promoting. And one of the things that, go back to Mr. Richardson's point, one of the things that we've been trying to do as well is share some of those experiences with the on-island public, so that they know that we are out there, we are on the road, and this is why we think it's really, really important.
Last question: can you talk? Is it too early for the tourist board to talk about results, the outcomes of your aggressive marketing in terms of numbers of visitors to the island?
I think it's a little early to talk about them generally. However, I will say, and we did send out some information to the press and on social media, we've had the best December that we've ever had in a number of years, that we've ever had historically, which is truly very, very impressive. And I think that has been a combination of a number of different efforts from all the partners in the tourism industry, really pushing and rebuilding Anguilla. I know after Hurricane Irma, the island had considerable damage and a number of properties were closed. I think there was a lot of remarkable work that was done, with our restaurateurs, our hoteliers, villa properties, and of course the Anguilla Tourist Board. One of the things that the Anguilla Tourist Board did not do, once Hurricane Irma happened, we did not stay home. We went on the road in spite of all of that, still continue to tell people that the destination is rebuilding, the destination is open for business. These are the offerings. So you might not necessarily be able to stay at one of your regular 5-star properties, but you can stay at one of the Charming Escape boutique hotel properties. You can stay at the villas. And I know there are a number of people who have even adjusted the way they travel and the way they stay in Anguilla, because now because of Hurricane Irma, they were able to experience the villas and completely fell in love with the villa experience. Others tried our Charming Escapes and are not looking back. So, it was an opportunity for us to really reposition the island as not just being associated with 5-star luxury resorts, but the overall Anguilla experience. So I think Irma really presented a good opportunity for us to really reposition the destination. So we are very, very excited about the numbers that we've seen come in, and we're still waiting on the statistics department for additional figures. But we're very excited. And of course, we're talking to our hotel partners all the time, and they're really saying that this has been a really consistent season. They're seeing bookings straight up to May, and the bookings continue to come in. So that's very, very impressive for us as a destination. All right, so again, thank you all for coming. It was a pleasure to speak with you this morning. And if you need any additional information, of course, we're going to be sending out the official press release to all the media partners that are here immediately following this press release. We have it ready to go out. So again, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to join us here. And if you have any additional questions or need any information, you can contact Jamil at the Anguilla Tourist Board. The number is 497-25-2759. So again, thank you guys for being here, and we look forward to enjoying Extraordinary Eats with you.